Hey, my name is Deathtrap, and welcome to another Road to Gold, the series where I try to outline the most efficient and painless methods to get various weapons gold in Call of Duty Vanguard. Today we're able to cross the first LMG off our Road to Atomic list, so thanks for joining us as we complete the Bren light machine gun. The Bren returns to the series after a couple of years, with it most recently appearing in the last Sledgehammer title, Call of Duty World War II. The good thing this time around is the Bren seems, in my opinion, to be a lot more forgiving than it was in the prior entry. It still seems to be that gun that's used in the medium to long range, but its faster fire rate on the base weapon at least gives you somewhat of a decent fighting chance if an enemy surprises you up close, as you are probably done for in most cases in games prior. The gun is a 3 to 4 shot kill on core at its base form, but it can get down to a 2-shot kill within its maximum damage range of 68 meters if you can land both as headshots. As you start to unlock some attachments, definitely look into ones that aid in your handling speeds, though I'd stay away from the barrel and magazine attachments that can dramatically change the damage profile in your general weapon leveling. Everything else, though, is pretty much fair game. There is a barrel called the Oaken Shield 590mm Model 2B that has a great 2-shot potential, but it does come at the cost of heavy recoil. Now the general play here is to use it in semi-auto mode where it won't kick as much. You could also possibly leave it in that automatic mode and just sort of feather the trigger a bit. I think semi-automatic mode would be the easier adjustment, but this could potentially work too. Another good attachment option to throw on when you get to them is a 303 British 100 round drums, as the base magazine is a bit lacking with its initial 30 rounds. For your hardcore players like myself, if you can get past its slow draw speed and poor handling overall, you'll be pleased to know that it's a one-shot kill at all ranges in its base form, and will generally be with the majority of its attachments. Once again, throw on some attachments that help your handling times, like the Mark 6 Skeletal or the Fabric Rear Grip, just when you unlock them. Now getting into the camo challenges for the weapon, like usual you'll have little issue getting the 400 eliminations, 100 headshots, and 50 multi-kills for Pack Tactics, Surgical, and Predatory Ambition respectively. When it comes to getting 5 kills without dying 30 times for Reptilian, for some reason, the light machine guns, I just got this challenge done well before getting the weapon even to level 70, and the Bren was no exception here. I think just due to the low time to kill and okay to decent magazine sizes, they just have a habit of being able to streak kills just very well. I'll definitely leave my hardcore level 70 build, as well as a core build that I was using, if you happen to need it. But honestly, you should just be able to get this challenge done with relative ease. The only thing I maybe recommend is switching to tactical pacing to make things a little bit less chaotic on yourself, as well as keeping the action in front of you. Use radar kill streaks like intel and spy plane to aid you as well, and use forward intel to inform you of the team spawn swapping when it comes to it. You're probably going to hate what I have to tell you next, but it involves the 100 long shots for Deadeye. Unfortunately with this weapon, it was decided that a total of 300 long shots were needed to complete this weapon to gold. I know this gun is primarily used for longer ranged engagements, but that to me is beyond excessive. The good thing is you can combine 2 sets of challenges to bring it down 100, but it unfortunately will still be 200 long shots total with required attachments to boot. I'll discuss that a little bit later when those challenges come up. Unlocking next at weapon level 40 is Berserker, which has you get 100 close range kills. This will come most efficiently in small maps like Shipment and Das Haus, but I'm torn whether core or hardcore is the better option here. On the one hand, hardcore will be a one-shot kill, but you may have trouble ADSing the gun in time. Core gives you a smidge more time to react, but it will take at least 2 shots to down the enemy depending on the barrel you use. This one is kind of a toss-up, so just try out both and pick whichever feels best. Definitely try to pre-aim a bit more while moving though, and consider adjusting your ADS sensitivity multiplier in the options menu to a slightly higher one if you feel you're not able to turn and track quickly enough when aimed in. The next category to unlock is Wildcat at level 50, which has you get 100 bullet penetration kills. You'll know right away that you got one of these when you see the text wallbang show up with the score for the kill. Now unfortunately it's not completely accurate though, as I've noticed that I won't get the message pop up every single time I get credit for one, so you actually might get more progress towards the challenge than what you're expecting. Thinking about it now, I would probably wait until the end and do this challenge last, as you may rack up a fair amount from general play, but if you want to get a nice little head start on it, I have noticed that Das Haus is amazing for getting these kills, especially if you have that piercing vision perk a part of your loadout, which highlights suppressed enemies through walls. Not every wall can be shot through, but you should try regardless. Shipment is also nice, but the objects in that map are a little heavier to shoot through, or at least they seem to be to me. And as such, I haven't got as much progress towards the challenge in it as I have Das Haus. And also, you should note that you can get bullet penetration kills for killing 2 enemies with the same bullet as well. And unfortunately now comes the worst part of the Bren grind, the attachment challenges, which include the 2 sets of 100 long shots I mentioned earlier, and an awful experience with getting ADS kills with a precision barrel. To To make matters worse, you cannot start grinding these out when the challenge unlocks at the correct weapon level, because the attachment you need doesn't even unlock until a later level. Yes, the community is teed off about it, and yes, it was a very stupid decision. Whether it was due to ignorance or done maliciously by trying to get people to buy the store-offered weapon blueprints that sometimes do have these required attachments, it's definitely not a great look. But I digress. I'm still very much having fun in this game, and I'll just let it go. Anyways, onto the first set of long shot challenges with attachments. The first one is Survivalist and has you get 100 long shot kills with the Queen's 775 Scepter Barrel, 303 British 100 round drum mags, and the Queen's Model 11BH stock equip. Go into hardcore playlists here on Blitz Pacing, where you have a better chance of finding many long shot opportunities. I personally like kill confirmed, domination, and hardpoint, but we all have our preferences. The long shot distance of 41 meters for LMGs is probably further out than what you're used to, especially if you stick to mostly assault rifles and submachine guns, but it's not that much of a difference, so your normal spots for long shots will probably still work. You may be even able to get some from end to end on the small maps, but you'll definitely be limited in those viewing spots. The Miansk is probably the best map for them, as there are a lot of cross-map viewing angles, but Domination on Desert Siege is pretty nice too, as both teams fight for the neutral B flag, which is way out in the open. Throw on Piercing Vision at perk 2, and you may be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone by making progress towards the Bullet Pins challenge if you still need it. Mind Games comes next, and this honestly is the worst experience of the whole Bren grind to me, but it was mostly due to my error. This challenge tasks you with getting 100 ADS kills with the Queen's 615mm Crown Barrel, 50 BMG 50 round mags, and the Oakenshield 12B stock equip. The barrel, in my honest opinion, just absolutely sucks, and is only good for headshots. And I made the mistake of using it with the 303 British mags, which just absolutely soured me on the challenge until the 50 BMG extended mags unlocked. Once again, this was my fault, and I definitely don't suggest using the barrel until you also unlock the required mags and stock, unless you're an absolute god at getting headshots damn near every kill. Once you do unlock all 3 and put them together on a build, do yourself a favor and go into hardcore and one-tap everything that moves, as the build is abysmal in core if you can't consistently land those shots to the head. Just make sure to be aimed in to get credit for the camo challenge. And finally, we arrive at Death Artist, which requires you to get 100 long shot kills with the Queen's 705mm Royal Barrel, Hawkinson SP2B stock, and the Dismantle proficiency equipped. The proficiency comes out of nowhere for this one, and I'm guessing it's just there to cap you from using one of the other better proficiencies. The tips from Survivalist will also work pretty well here. Leave the magazine stock on this one, as it remains a one-hit kill and improves the ADS speed compared to its extended mag counterpart. And with that, the Bren will be complete. Whether you've done it already or are grinding it out now, let me know what your thoughts are on the Bren in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions on if you felt getting camos is just as bad as people say it is. Thanks again for sticking with me on our road to Atomic, and as always, if you enjoyed this content, please leave a like. I'd really appreciate it. Take care, and enjoy the rest of your day. Catch you on the next one. Peace.